Morning, family, friends, and followers. Dr. Jimmy Henderson again, Dr. Jimmy's Tips. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be dealing with different emotions and how to deal with them. So this is the first in the series. Today, I want to deal with anger, which is can be quite a nasty one. But you know that anger not necessarily bad in a way. Anger can be very motivating. And it can give you the energy to get things done that need to be done. I can remember a case where in my own life where I wanted to do a degree through my work, and they refused. They sent me a letter saying, "No, we don't think you're going to complete this degree." And it made me so angry that I went out and I registered for my own degree. Of course, it was a slightly different degree, but the fact was that the anger motivated me into action. And after many years, I was able to get my PhD in that particular area. So the problem with anger is that if it's held on for too long, it festers, almost like a sore. Gets infected and it becomes resentment. And that resentment is very toxic. It can affect your whole personality, your whole relationships. You're angry with everybody and you're angry with the world. You're angry with yourself, and it makes you an unpleasant person to be with. And then you find that people tend to avoid you and call you toxic. So that comes to the point of how do we deal with anger and actually more resentment. As I said, the short-term anger is not really a problem. You can deal with it. It comes and goes, and the problem is when it goes over into the resentment and the deep-seated anger. So there's a certain process that we use called the costs and benefits exercise. It uses the mind, a rational, emotive approach. And what it does is you have to evaluate how the anger helped you and now what it's costing you now after 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. So, and you have to do it cognitively with rational thinking and logic. So the idea is, okay, let's look at what anger. Let's say the lady's going through a bad divorce, and she gets very angry because her husband has betrayed her or whatever the case is, and that anger actually helps her get through the court case, helps her get through the legal issues, get through the coping with the stress and with the actual problem and some of the other emotions that come with it. That anger drives her right through that process, and she comes out on the other side feeling angry but feeling a lot better. So in other words, that was the benefit of anger, is that it gave her the power and the energy to get through this unpleasant experience. The problem is, let's take the same lady now that 5 years later, she's still angry. And it's become resentment towards her ex-husband and possibly towards the family which she feels didn't support her, and possibly the whole world in general, because this anger is now internalized into resentment and it's made her a bit unpleasant. It's affected her personality. It's made her toxic. So the costs, she has to then evaluate the benefit, initial benefit, which was to get her through the process, which was great, but then she needed to let go. And because she didn't let go, it now gone over into resentment and long, deep-seated anger, which has made her an unpleasant person, which is affecting her relationships, which is affecting her job, and all kinds of different issues, possibly even medical issues, that it might be increasing their blood pressure and immune system, or affecting the immune system, and it's simply not worth it. So the lady has to come, or the lady has to come to the point where she says that it's simply not worth it. This anger and resentment that I'm carrying against this guy is it's not affecting him in any way. I'm the one that's been affected, my relationships, my job, my health. I'm going to let it go. Not for his sake, but for my sake. Yeah, I still blame him for what happened. It's not a problem. But I'm letting go of this repressed emotion because I need to heal. So that's what they call the cost and benefit exercise. Then she takes a decision to actually let go of this resentment for her own sake. So that's a simple way of dealing with anger. And in the next few weeks, I will be doing a few more motions. And this exercise, as well as other exercises to help you heal with emotions and self-talk, is contained in my 2 counseling books, A Comprehensive Guide to Crisis Counseling, as well as Dealing with Trauma, which are both available on Amazon and other sales platforms. So I thank you for your time.